John Lindley is best known as the creator and handicapper for the popular Parker's Tip Sheet since 1985. He's recognized as one of the Northwest's best handicappers and makes his own speed figures. He is the author of 2 books, Handicapping for Better or Worse, and The Blood Horse Authoritative Guide to Betting Thoroughbreds. He also writes and edits the detailed trip notes, free to view at emeralddowns.com. Lindley outlines when it's time to go against the public favorite.
You know, handicappers are always looking to find a race with vulnerable favorites. I mean, that's kind of one of the key things that we're doing out here. And some races are easy to spot. For example, if you've had an older horse that's run many times, then all of a sudden it comes off at his or her lifetime best race, a lot of people will say, he might not repeat it. The opposite of that, maybe a maiden 2-year-old or 3-year-old that won his first start wire to wire in a sprint and is going against route horses, against winners, that's a vulnerable favorite that's easy to spot. One that's not quite as easy to spot and a little tricky to play are horses that get perfect trips. For example, first time Italian Warrior made his first start of the year, we're going to pick this up mid-turn. You can see he's in 5th place off a 4-horse speed duel. Everything's going his way. Horses in front of him are all knocking each other out. He's sitting back, angles out, and you can see through the stretch here he draws off to a big win. Off of that impressive win, he came out in his next start, went off even money. A lot of people, including myself and Joe, by the way, came out and said, yeah, we're a little suspicious here, and he went off even money. He ran well, but he got beaten 3rd. And I think in certain scenarios like this, you can't be afraid to take advantage of that. Also, the Kentucky Derby was another example. Always Dreaming and Looking at Lee, the 1-2 finishers, had perfect trips. Looking at Lee all the way around the track on the rail for second. Of course, Always Dreamer up on the lead. When the jockey for Always Dreamer came back, had not a speck of mud on him. And if you saw Classic Empire's trip, which was very well advertised, I'm sure that jockey came back with a whole bunch of mud on him, including the horse had a bruised eye and all sorts of mess. In the Preakness, it's tough to see a horse like Always Dreaming and you're going, you know, we're going to kind of take a shot that he might be a little vulnerable here, but if you did do that and you're able to come up with it, you get paid very well. As I mentioned, it's a tricky proposition because in a horse like Italian Warrior and some of these horses that have perfect trips, they look so good visually. They look good from a speed figure standpoint and everybody's picking them. However, realize a lot of these horses are all dressed up. Sometimes they are going to beat you, but a lot of times they are vulnerable, and don't be afraid to take advantage of that overbet scenario.